Hi guys, this is Orange Hedgehog 2012. It's the 28th of February 2014 and yeah, quite unexpectedly I'm going to be doing a review today. Yeah, this is totally took me by surprise actually, because I ordered this special package on Monday and it arrived today in supersonic quick time as well. So I was really surprised about that. If you follow me on Google Plus, you would see that I did put a comment to say that I will be doing a very special review on a certain green hawk from Great Eastern Entertainment. So you've probably guessed what this review is going to be. And in case you don't know, well, this is going to be a review on the new GE Entertainment Jet the Hawk plush. Yeah, when I got wind of this plush and I saw photos, it looked quite interesting. Personally, not a big fan of Jet. There hasn't been sort of much merchandise apart from the Jazzwares figures of the Babylon Rogues, I think they're called. So yeah, I'm really intrigued actually to why GE actually decided to make a plush of Jet the Hawk. Why not Blaze? Or sort of other sort of characters that you don't see much of. So yeah, this is going to be a review on this guy. Now, I've noticed with GE, when they do actually announce these plushes, they give sort of like a height for these plushes, and it was the same for my Rouge, and they're saying that he's 8 inches tall, and judging by the package, yeah, we shall soon see. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing as well, guys, is I'm not going to go through the whole hassle of trying to open the package and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is pause the video in a moment, open up the package, and then do a first hopefully and give you guys a look into what this plush actually looks like. Just to give you a warning as well, my voice may sound a bit weird. That's because I've got a cold, so I do apologise if my voice sounds a bit weird in this video. So let's say we get on with the review, open up this guy and take a look. Okay guys, I'm back. Yeah, I slit the top of the package, and as you can see. Now, I've ordered this from the same company as I ordered my Silver and Rouge. I found them to be a really good, reliable company, but you know, I'm still a bit, I'm in an eye on whether they've actually sent me the right plush. So I think, as you can see, yep, I can see some green. Let's see if we can get a better look. As you can see, I can see some shoes and I can see some green. So I think this is pretty much it. The GE Jet the Hawk Lush. Interesting. Right, looking at him, he does look actually like he's about the same height as Silver. Let me get it. Right, this is Silver. I think he might be actually a bit small, and I think... Okay. I think he might be a little bit smaller compared to Silver. Right, okay. Just to give you a look at the plush in its bag first. Overall impressions. He does look like he's actually got the same. Oh, actually, maybe not. Just looking at his chest hair / fur, it does actually look like GE have actually made an improvement on that. But just give you a side profile, see if that will focus, of the actual plush. The shoes look really cool, I must admit. And give you another side profile. if you're wondering, yeah, these are obviously available to purchase from eBay, also probably from Amazon.com as well. Price I paid for this guy is probably, I think it was the same price as silver. I paid just under $15, $14.99. With shipping and everything, it came to around about £20, which is really good, considering that if you, I mean, he probably will be available to get hold of in the UK within the next month or so, and he will be quite expensive. There is a seller on eBay on eBay UK, if you are a UK resident, but be prepared, these plushies from this particular seller is expensive, but bearing in mind that they've had to import these plushies, so you're talking around about £23 or so. So yeah, a little bit more expensive, but yeah, enough with that. Enough of me babbling on here. Babble on. So yeah, what say we get this guy out and do a review. Okay, so I've tried to lay him down, and it is really difficult because his tail feathers are getting in the way really badly, and especially his mohawk thing. So you can kind of sort of prop him up like so, if he will let me. I had him just a moment ago. Yeah, this is going to be really awkward. I probably will. It's best probably to to lay him down on his side. So yeah, this is the new GE Entertainment Jet the Hawk plush. Just to give you a side profile with him out of his packaging and whatnot. Yeah, as with my other reviews on these GE plushes, the materials they use is a combination of like synthetic and sort of vinyl print material stuff, as you will see there. But as always, let's start with the tag first, and yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the tag as such. It's just basically the same as all the other GE plushies, except mine's really bent and creased, but it's basically the same as my silver and rouge. You've got a sort of uncoloured artwork of Sonic there. It reminds me actually of the artwork from Sonic Rush video game, the front sort of cover artwork. You've got the very sort of modern Sonic the Hedgehog logo, really badly reflection, and as you can see, just about, it is a plush. And at the back of the tag, you've just literally got obviously the details about Great Eastern Entertainment, their address, contact telephone number, their website, the very sort of classic, see if I can get this, there we go, classic Sonic the Hedgehog logo, copyright Sega, Sega is registered in the US, warning signs, and obviously made in China with the little code thing that you can scan there. I've just noticed something, and this is actually quite nice. Right, GE have actually introduced in the tush tag a production date, which is actually a nice touch because it's quite interesting to know. And as you can see, production date was, I assume the 8th means obviously August 2013. So that's quite cool. That's a nice little touch. It was very similar to the Kelly toys. They have them sort of plushes with the tush tag actually says when it was manufactured. So that's a really nice touch actually. So yeah, definitely would like to see that on future sort of Sonic plushes. The tush tag I think is basically the same as the rest of my guys. You can get a close up, as you can see. Manufactured by Great Eastern Entertainment Co-Incorporated. Offices that are based in California in the USA. Under licensed by Sega. Sega is registered in the US. Patent and Trademark Office, blah blah blah. And their contact telephone number details, toll-free, fax or whatever, along with their website. But who uses fax machines nowadays? They're practically obsolete. So let's try and get a close-up. That didn't work. There we go. All new materials. The contents is polyester fibre used as stuffing material. And all that jazz. And a little extra tush tag there for the production date, which was August 2013, which is actually quite cool because actually August is my birthday, so that's really cool. And green is supposed to be my sort of star sign colour thing. Yeah, enough with that. Right, this review is going to be, I think, a bit difficult. Is trying to get him to lay down, which is practically, yeah, so it might be best if I hold him. Right, so let's start at the top and work our way down. Now, as for the white sections to his eyes, his gloves, and his socks and his boots, it's made from like a nylon material. The same with the other guys, and especially for his beak as well. But the only thing, oh, I suppose, yeah, I just realised because he's got no sort of facial expressions, it does look a bit weird. Whether they've obviously done it deliberately to sort of use sort of that section as sort of like a facial expression, I don't know. But as always, they've used sort of vinyl print transfers for his eyes, which is actually not too bad. Mine does look a bit weird. I'm not sure if it's where he's been made, as you can see, but it's not too bad. And give you sort of like a close up there, as you can see. Really cool. It's synthetic for his body. Really cool what they've done, and I will obviously go into more detail about that. But the actual tail feathers is, I wonder, it's, no, I don't think you can. I thought it was made from like a flexible material so you can bend them, but it's not. I think it's just made with like a single piece of like sort of clear plastic. Yeah, they haven't done that for, obviously, it's just the middle section. But I'll obviously go into more detail about that in a moment, and obviously give you the pros and cons about this plush. Now, before I actually start, I'm going to measure him. I think it might be a good idea. Now, they have stated that he is 8 inches tall, and that could be correct. Right. Right. Or they could be incorrect, shall I say, because what I'll do, I'll measure him from the top section of his sort of mohawk. Right, okay. I measure him around about, I think, 10 inches tall. Trying to get him sort of as straight as possible. So from the top section of his mohawk, I measure him around about, yeah, 10 inches tall. So he's a good couple of inches taller to what they are stating. So if you want to know, he's 10 inches tall. Right, so the actual sort of eye design, I'm going to put him on his side again because it's really awkward. Yeah, as I was saying about his eyes, his beak is made from like a nylon material. The same sort of material that you find on football shirts, baseball shirts, and ice hockey sort of shirts, shall I say? Blech, can't get it out. These sections here is interesting because the black section is printed, and as you can see it's sort of coming through. Yeah, so that's a bit of a they haven't done a great job on that, I must admit. It is okay, but it's not as thick. It's almost like hard hard to describe. It's sort of like a matte print, but the red section, it actually looks like it's coming out sort of a bit shiny. It almost reminds me of felt. It's got that same sort of feel, as you can see. So that's interesting. So I would say it's sort of felt-ish. That's interesting. I've never seen them do that before. They've included the detail, sort of like a brow sort of detail, as you can see here, to give sort of like a chunky sort of almost 3D appearance. And as you can get your fingers under there, it has got sort of like an under sort of groove, shall I say. Really cool. And moving on to his goggles. Let's see if I can get him in the right position to show you. Yeah, the actual goggles themselves is made from like a, excuse me, it's made from like a nylon material, but see, right, I think this is going to be a problem. The straps to his goggles is very loose indeed. Look, you can get your fingers under there. I can see over time this, if this plush is played with, if I get a close up, this actually sort of coming apart and becoming quite flimsy. Yeah, that's not good. As you can see, it's quite raised. So yeah, gee, not very happy about that. As you can see, it has, I assume it, that's interesting. The actual goggles themselves have not been stitched down at all. The only section that's been stitched down is obviously at the back where they meet there, and that's kind of a worry because, I mean, right, okay. I take that back. The side sections have been stitched down, but it's still actually, you can obviously, as you can see, you can get your fingers under there. That is a bit of a worry. I would look out for that. But the actual goggles themselves are made from like a synthetic material, and the actual straps, it's almost like an elasticated sort of strap, as you can see about there. And also with these plushes, as always, you get sort of like a yellow sort of string to hang them if you so wish. As you can see, I do apologise as well, I've got a cold, so yeah, which is typical. What I'll do actually, I'll show the hairstyle and also his sort of mohawk. I don't know if you actually would call it a mohawk as such. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but it's nice they've added the detail with the lighter green to the darker green. I think, yeah, that's a bit of black fluff. There we go. But the actual stuffing is actually quite nice. It's quite, I mean, the plush itself is not really, yeah, it's not really as soft. It doesn't have the same sort of feel as it did with silver. The darker green sections are a lot rougher, where they've been sort of like, I think it's almost like been printed on. My camera might pick it up as a lot sort of lighter, but to look at him, it's almost like he's in like an emerald green sort of colour. So yeah, to give you an idea of his hairstyle and stuff, and sort of like the back of him. And moving down to his chest hair / fur, it's actually quite nice because they've introduced a sort of more fluffy appearance compared to, say, silver here. This, I mean, it does have some soft sort of feel to it, but it's not as sort of fluffy. What they've done with Jet is they've actually included some softness, like it actually is, sort of to give the appearance that actually is fur. So that's really cool. That's a nice touch. The proportions to the actual plush. The actual proportions to the plush itself is actually not too bad. If I give you sort of like a side profile so you can get a better sort of idea, it's actually done quite well. As you can see, to give you side profile again. And while I'm here, I might as well show you his arms and the new sort of added detail, I think, what they've done compared to the other guys. With his sort of cuffs and his glove sort of design, it's a lot shinier. A nice sort of glossy sort of vinyl material they've used. And it's basically the same for his boots as well. So it's a really cool, nice added detail they've done there. His sort of almost sort of surfing sort of tribal sort of design that always reminds me of. Yeah, you can. I don't think you can actually. It's been done quite well actually. Rather than going down the route of using sort of synthetic, I mean obviously it is sort of synthetic, but they've actually, it's almost like it's been coated in like a shiny glossy sort of print material, and as you can see the nylon material sort of underneath there. Basically the same design gloves as with all the other ones, especially for my silver. So I won't go into too much detail about that. You can obviously judge for yourself. And as you can see on the glove underneath, you can just get an idea. I thought originally it was like a hole, but it isn't. I don't think it's you can actually just see, if I sort of push his thumb down, you can actually see, the camera will focus, underneath as well. So yeah, that's really cool. And moving down to his legs, really awkward, but it's really cool actually. I will show you his tail feathers, and as you can see sort of like a stitch, green stitching down there. His legs though and his arms, the stuffing has really been nicely done, nicely sort of distributed around the whole sections to his arms and his legs. And moving down to his boots, same again, made from sort of like a white nylon material. And you can get your fingers down there kind of, and you can see the red sections to his boots. And while I'm here, I might as well show his boots. Put him on his side, you can get a side profile of what they've actually done. And it's basically nylon, but they've used sort of like the same glossy sort of print design there. And it's the same again for this white section along the bottom here. Really cool. And the actual soles of his boots, they've included that design there, the soles of his boots. Really cool there. To give you a an idea from the front, and also really difficult. And if I can, there we go. So yeah, that's the front of him. And if I flip him over and show the back of him, I showed you the hairdo sort of style, but the actual back of the plush itself, and his really interesting tail feathers. What they've actually done is they've inserted, it's almost like plastic inside, for the middle section, going all the way down, and basically rounded off at the tip. And as you can see, the camera does not want to focus. As you can see, the left and the right aren't stuffed. There's no stuffing in that. It's just been left. But it's quite a nice added detail to sort of. I think what you can do, I think they've done it deliberately so you can basically sort of prop him up. Or try to. The actual body to him is actually quite heavy, especially for his head. Yeah, he does like to topple over. But you can, if you get him in the right position, you can get him to sort of stand up. Yeah, just a case of trial and error, really. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it there for Jet the Hawk. The new GE plush there. I'll give you a, I think I showed you, but I'll show you in sort of more detail. The actual the back of his boots. And the actual back of the plush itself. So yeah, the positive and the negatives. It's a really cool plush. The detail and stuff is actually not too bad. They have added some extra detail, especially for his chest area. Really nice, interesting concept they come up with the production sort of tush tag. The nice sort of glossy vinyl print they've used for his boots and also for his gloves. The negative cons, I think it is what it's called. Yeah, his goggles. The design's okay, but in terms of stability, yeah, it has a lot to be desired for. I mean, okay, they've stitched sort of like the sides, but I can see this over time becoming sort of loose, and as you can see, it's not really sort of it hasn't been sort of stretched so far that it's not going anywhere, basically. So yeah, that's the only, I think, negative that I would put on this plush. So I'd definitely give it sort of like a 9 out of 10. It's a really cool and really cheap plush to pick up. If you're a Jet the Hawk fan, yeah, definitely would pick him up. And he's really cheap compared to sort of the other characters. I paid, as I mentioned before, just under $15 from the US, from ebay.com. So he's readily available, and yeah, definitely would give him a thumbs up. So guys, yeah, thanks a lot for watching my review. I hope it's gone as smoothly as possible, without any hitches. So yeah, this has been my review on the new 10-inch GE Jet the Hawk plush from Great Eastern Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed my review, guys. If you're new and you've stumbled across my video, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more, please feel free to check out my channel for more reviews, both plush and non-plush related, from my collection. Please feel free to comment, rate or subscribe. And as always, guys, keep your eyes peeled for more reviews from Orange Hedgehog 2012. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you guys very soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.